Leila to me, leila to me. Leila to me, ka koutuka tōnau mai, hara mai, piki mai, kaki mai. Ki te whakataitai. Super 8 Rugby here on Whakata Māori ko Dale. Husband, tēnei. It's great to have you along here this afternoon. An overcast day in the Sulphur City, but we're in for a really interesting match this afternoon between Rotorua Boys High, the hosts, and Gisborne Boys High. Joining us for today's commentary, Mere Baker, a long-time representative in our national colours. Tēnā koe e te tuhine, nei rata mi ka koe.
Oh, kia ora, and it's a privilege to be here with this special occasion, the Rotorua versus Gisborne Boys High. It is dewy on top out there. It's been pretty cold today, but it looks like a fast track, so it's going to be an interesting game of rugby.
Well, there's always great support here for Rotorua Boys High. There's also a lot on the line here today with the Moaska Cup and also the Craig Callaghan Trophy. We're very privileged this afternoon to also be sharing the commentary position with Ricky Rangi Gage. We'll talk to in a moment. Let's have a quick look at the Rotorua Boys High School squad. There's some really talented players in there, a couple of fast Fijian players. Keep an eye out too for the number 10, Maraki Aumua. He's got a great kicking game, and they've been very, very good on the warm-up track here today. The big Popo in there, Harold Rounds and Aleo Sangato, they're certainly worth watching as well as the back rower, Taumaru Walker. So they're in good touch at the moment, unbeaten this year in the Bay of Plenty competition, but they know that they will be in for a fierce challenge today because we have their Gisborne Boys High School wanting to do the best. Let's have a look or listen to the coach of Rotorua. Here's Kieran Boland.
Kia ora, I've got Kieran Botha here with me. Just before the big match, we know that Rotorua has got a huge history, but what we really want to know is the integral parts of how your team works.
Oh yeah, look, we've got a really good team this year. I think a big key to our team is our leadership in our Year 13s. They've really taken on a big role this year and have led from the front through Brooke Mitchell and Sione Tupou and Max Hutchings all in that forward pack. Got a really hard working forward pack, not the biggest guys, but they all work really hard for each other, and then we've got some really spunky backs that can move the ball and some good footwork, so yeah, it's going good so far.
And we all know that the culture of a team is really important, so how do you get the best out of these boys, especially with
yeah, culture's huge for us, and that goes all the way back many years before we've all been here. I think a big thing for our boys is most of them are in our hostel, so they all live together, they're with each other every day, you know, so they're really, really tight, you know, and they pride themselves on really looking after each other and being super tough out on the field for their mates. So yeah, I guess culture's everything for us. Big thing that we pride ourselves on and our identity, and I'm sure they should show that today.
Oh, awesome. Well, good luck for today. It's going to be a great match, that's for sure.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, the boys from Gisborne Boys High School making their way out onto the track here at Rotorua. Let's have a look at their lineup as we see the Moaska Cup being brought on to the field. Also the Craig Callaghan Trophy. We'll tell you more about it shortly with Ricky Rangi. Here's the lineup for Gisborne Boys High School. The co-captain Nathaniel Hoiti is in good touch as well. He'll lead from the front. But also keep out for Carlos Hihi, who'll be combining with his brother in the backline. Carlos is in good touch. And at the back, King Maxwell with a fine kicking game, good under the high ball, and he'll be one to watch this afternoon. The coach of the Gisborne Boys High squad is Dwayne Hihi.
Kia ora, I've got Dwayne Hihi here for the Gisborne Boys High School. Tell me about the way you're going to play today, Dwayne.
Yeah, just controlling what we do, being real disciplined and accurate in how we execute, and just hopefully that will give us the outcome we want today.
Also, you've got a really unique school as well, where you weave Māori culture and whatever you do in the kaupapa. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's something we're trying to incorporate into our rugby program as well. It's been something that we're been trying to build, and whakawhanaungatanga and stuff like that comes out and loads within our community as well. So we know that we don't only represent ourselves but also our community.
Oh, awesome, and good luck for today.
Hey, thank you very much.
So Dwayne Hihi with us as we prepare for the traditional haka, such an important part of rangatahi sport with these two proud kura. Gives me an opportunity to introduce more formally our co-commentator Year 12 Tawira here at Rotorua Boys High School, ko Riki Rangi Gage. Tēnā koe Riki Rangi.
Morena, kia ora rea tātou e te iwi. Kua hauhau mai nei ki mua i te aroaroa ngā tangata kua haramai nei ki te mātaki i a tātou a Rotorua me tūranga tāra.
Tēnā koe, and it's a wonderful celebration here, but also last time we did a broadcast here in Whakaata Māori, we had these two teams coming together, so I think there'll be a little bit more respect for each other as we go firstly with the haka from Gisborne, written by Rotorua. Kia ora to both our Rotorua or Whangataki as they come to do battle here in the Super 8 rugby format, brought together by Whakaata Māori through their Māori Active platform. And the idea here is to celebrate rangatahi sport, and in the months and years ahead we'll be bringing more sport from our young people, including hockey and basketball. But we're really pleased to be part of the broadcast team that are bringing you the action here from the Sulphur City this afternoon. As I say, it's an overcast day, but there's plenty to be won and lost here this afternoon. The warm-ups are done, the crowd is in, the teams are ready, and I'm looking forward to an exciting brand of football coming from both squads. In particular, these young men from Rotorua, who are obviously Mene Baker on form. It's going to be an exciting 70 minutes of secondary school rugby.
It's going to be an explosive game as well. Forwards playing like backs in the Rotorua team, as Kieran, the coach, described his players. And also, you know, Dwayne Hehe talked about his Gisborne players as being flashy backs. So he's looking for to get it out to the backs and do the business. So it's going to be an interesting game between the two of them. Different contrasts again.
Well, there's some students, international students here at Rotorua Boys High School. A couple of Fijian players in there. A little down on size too when I see them on track together. So they're going to have to play smart rugby here this afternoon. Gisborne, fair to say the last couple of seasons they've been a little off their game and have been beaten comprehensively. But their last two outings here in Super 8 rugby have been close losses. So if they're able to firstly stay with the home squad, they'll give them a chance at the back end. Gisborne with the ball as they come towards the halfway line, and they're looking to see some exciting styles here. This is Tuapara, comes back in, his support players getting around him, and now just setting it up through the middle. This is a good play to start off Zeki Collier with the ball, and that's ended up in the hands of Rotorua. Now the big units coming, including Puna Hihi. It's a little bit stumbly at the back, but then the kick downfield to the far side of the field should be reeled in by Gisborne. They too will opt to, or I thought for a moment, to send it downtown. Eventually that is done. It's the up and under and a nice take. Just this side of halfway here for the Rotorua squad. So just really settling themselves here. The crossfield kick is smartly angled and indeed makes it across touch despite the best efforts out there of Taimana Tinetti. And a good start here for Rotorua and the first line outs of the afternoon.
Yeah, it's a good setup here. Yeah, and we talked about at the start of the game, a little bit of a knock on there, but the kicking game here has been talked to by the coach from Rotorua, and he talked about how they do kick a lot and they do look for possession and put some pressure on as well. And
Tinetti there slipping, indicative of the dewy surface that is here at the moment. So Rotorua throw in from Tupou, and it's nicely taken here for Gisborne, and it's a bit of a turnover. Here's everybody scrambles for the ball, and the scrum's going to be set here by referee Nico Blank. Good to have you in here, Murikirangi. You know all these blokes because you've been watching them and doing classes with them, no doubt.
Yes, Bailey Carmichael in my English class. Although he's a Mr. Bugger, he gets the mahi done and on the field as well.
It's good to see the Nonuki, the first one of the game, and sort of see where the Pou Whakamoa is going to go, who's got the best Pou Whakamoa.
And of course part of our mahi here is to celebrate with you and to share little Māori terminology through rugby. We'll have a lot of viewers on Whakata Māori who are on a real learning journey. So we hope to be able to help. This is a lovely play to us. Wiramu Bailey slices through. He pops the pass brilliantly, but I think it's gone forward. And ambitious play, quite classy, two down that right edge. But in the end, it's just drifted forward, I suspect. And so the scrum's going to be packed down. They dodged the bullet this time around, Gisborne. They need to control the football when they do have it in hand. Nice little run from Bailey. He's clever. He pops it out to Saran Bao. Obviously down that right edge too. He's got some wheels, hasn't he? The number 14. Look at him flying down there. And then that pass just drifting forward fractionally. Thanks to Pure Athletic and also to New Zealand Carbon Farming, helping to bring you this match through Whakata Māori. Gisborne with possession. Important to set the platform here, so it's taken in by Punahihi. Two of the coach's sons in the squad today, Carlos in 10 and Puna in 12, and that is offering some relief here for the boys from Tairāwhiti.
Yeah, that's a good kick from Hihi. He has good kicking game, and then it goes to the rangi ki waho, and this is important as well for a good set piece and got a good platform for the attacking for the Rotorua.
No score as yet. Good climb, Max Hutchings. The big number 8 is working centre field, taken out in the tackle, but Carlos, he is the co-captain today, and a little knock on, so they've worked well. How whakaro e Rikirangi?
Tika ana te kōrero, yes, they have worked well. Ke te pupuri tonu rātou, a Raukura i te mana, aha koa te tau patu I roto I ngā mahi. They're still holding back and getting good pressure from the Tairāwhiti side, from Gisborne. So yeah, as you said, there's no score yet, but we'll see if that'll change.
Well, we can call it Tairāwhiti for the wider rohe. I suppose Gisborne's more Turanganui. Ne, Turanganui Akiwa. So kia ora to our viewers down there who've supported Whakata Māori for a long time. Pleased to have you with us here this afternoon. Now, the trophy for Craig Callahan is up as well. Craig, you were saying, was a teacher at both schools and also a mahi whakairo.
So he tangata mahi whakairo. He was a teacher here at Rotorua Boys High School. He kaiako noho ki Tūranga. And before his passing, he had carved a beautiful trophy, and that's representing Boys High, Rotorua Boys High School, and also Gisborne.
Down the right edge past our broadcast area. Beautiful work back on the inside. Chuapawa gets them set here as Gisborne starting to mount a challenge skillfully too. Israel Fox pops it out to the big number 8 on the boil. This is Faitiri, and Ruben Faitiri goes to ground. Good support, as you can see, just outside the 22. 10 in from the broadcast side here at Rotorua Boys High School. Good control at the moment here for Gisborne. and then they'll pop the pass out. Already impressive too. Faitiri, he knows where to get himself for most effect for the visiting squad. They'll go the short side here, and a little show before straightening. Good upper body defence there from Max Hutchings. Tall, lean lock, but still Gisborne in control. Had a few decent phases, having a nosy around to see which way's the best way home. Kaya Gate initially with the ball, and Gisborne showing enthusiasm in their work, and they need to have sustained pressure here for Rotorua, who are there to greet them. There's big Nathaniel Howiti, the co-captain of the visiting squad. And this young man at the back, Faitiri, looks like he's meaning business here this afternoon. They'll give it a little bit of space out wide. It's Xavier Tuapawa who has the ball now. Xavier, good half-back work. And a few decent phases, Mede.
Yeah, they're doing really well, Gisborne Boys High, but it looks as though that if they just need to punch a little bit harder to really exploit that defence. But Tanetti again getting some good ground.
He's done very well and setting up nicely here. So just sustained pressure. Gee, they've had umpteen phases and really starting to look like they've got the goods. Maybe a turnover here. In fact, it's a penalty. That's a harm in it. And it's in good range to get an early 3. But hats off to the boys from Turanganui, because they've had good control, good commitment, and some skillful play. This guy here was duck and diving, scheming and squiving. They're really going well. That's the right wing Taimana Tanetti. Started strongly.
Yeah, they held that ball on for long phases, and you know this is what happens in rugby. You hold on as much as you can the ball, and you get a how many. So this would be great to see if they can get some points out of this.
Been a wonderful day of secondary school rugby here earlier today, and of course the second 15, under 15s all playing their home games today. Well, the responsibility is Carlos Hihi. A few displays of beautiful moko, which back in the day schools were hoha with, but nowadays recognising that it's a nice show of our cultural pride. And that's illustrated there with Carlos's commitment to tā moko. Well, there's the first 3, and it's for Gisborne, the visitors. Ho whakaro e rikira.
Kia tēnei whakaroa nā kaiako, the coaches, they'll be disappointed in their first little piece there, with the visiting side coming in hot with their first points. So not too sure how they're thinking right now, but we'll see how they go.
Well, they're all the way down the other end too, with Wiramu Bailey, a classy piece of work down the right edge, but then turned it over. It was really good control and sustained pressure here from Gisborne. This is the number 8, Ruben Faitiri. Not a big number 8, but I tell you what, you see where he's going, and that kick is beautifully contained too by the fullback Kunavave. And he'll put another kick down, and it'll be trading blows with the kicking game at the moment. But Bailey decides, no, I want to use my man. Goes out to Omua. He sends it soaring downfield towards the touch on the far side, where it's taken in at the back, and again opting for the kick. That one into touch. But looking at Marki Omua, who was good off the kicking tee, we were acknowledging prior to kick-off, Bede, but he has a long-range punt that is very, very skillful.
Yeah, it's a very good boot, isn't it? And it's great to see the exchanges of a kicking game as well, and the follow-up of the chase. And that's the key to any good kick and chase, as well as the follow-up. So great to see that we're now at the Rarangi ki Waho, and so we'll see what they're going to do with this platform. I'm looking at the middle here and unleash the backs.
Well, 10 minutes in, and it was important that Gisborne start well, and they have. Bearing in mind, the last couple of seasons have been really tough for them. This is a good show, and a rebuilding phase for Coach Hihi down in Gisborne. But I'm sure that those of you with whakapapa connections down into that rohe will be pretty pleased with what you're witnessing early on. Long way to go, though, of course, as we see the throw-in once again. Climbing high, the big number 5, Bailey Carmichael.
Yeah, some good height on that line out, and just not where it needs to go in the straight. So we're down here for the Nunoko.
Lizzie Fox will feed the scrum. Good crowd in here this afternoon for this clash for the Craig Callahan and Muska Cup. Muska Cup, of course, has been hotly contested over the years. There have been 39 schools that have held the trophy, and it's now another penalty for Gisborne. They might consider going quickly, but instead a more measured approach here as Carlos Hihi comes in. He's about 12 metres short of the halfway line. Visitors' end of the ground. Really no wind to speak of here this afternoon.
Yeah, Punahihi just ran that straight into the backs and just really good setup as well, looking for a fast ruck. And then the Rotorua boys high get the Hamini away. So it's a good platform here for Gizzy.
Besta Morete will be feeding the line out here. Fair bit of kicking early on, Ricky Rangi.
Oh, I just think that they're trying to find their way of how our boys play and how each other play. They're just trying to find the best options and find the best opportunities to score.
The Kura, of course, is a boys' high school. You have reo anake classes as well here, Rikirangi, or
Yeah,
are they rumaki type environments?
yes, indeed. So year 9 we have 9T and then 10T, and then we follow up with the level 1 NCA if you want to choose that for an option.
Big downtowner here, thanks. Big downtowner there from Kingy Maxwell to his opposite number. He decides to kick 4 touch, and they'll pack the scrum down right in front of us here. We can smell the liniment, see the sweat, see all the emotion, eh, Mary?
Yeah. Now this is a great attacking platform from Gizzy, you know, just outside the Rua, and they just need this line out to go their way and get to those backs.
There's the throw in, nicely controlled. Gisborne boys with it, setting it up through the middle. Good commitment, and the follow-on just goes to ground. It's into the hands of Tote now. It's Hamana Tote has the ball here for Rotorua. They're up down the short side as well. This time the ball into the hands of Salambao. He's clever, but it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, looks like they're going to Nunuki get down for another scrum. And again, they're trying to play high risk to high reward, playing of entertaining footy. So have a look at this. The Hihi again, just running it hard, straight into the defence. Looking for that offload, just didn't quite connect it. Good turnover here. And there we go again. A mucker there, and he just couldn't hold it or gather it.
So the knock-on resulting in a scrum, my apologies there, no penalty as we see the scrum to be set. Nico Blank in control, not satisfied. So just the one penalty so far in the game, 14 minutes gone. Good start here from Gisborne.
So as you can see here, we have Rotorua Boys High School. They're under the pump at the moment. With Gisborne Boys High School having 3 points on the board, and yeah, they're under the pressure. Rotorua Boys High School is under the pressure at the moment, but we'll be able to see what happens here and see if they can change that up.
There's the scrum being set on the far side of the field, peeled off the back here too by Israel Fox. He's waiting, he's delivered now. Good, strong and direct running, dragged down though, the big number 7. Good passing game, out again to Hihi. So instrumental in all that is being done here by Gisborne at the moment. Beautifully taken at the back for Kurawave. And here's a nice little opportunity too for Sabatini, who chips over the top and looking for the regather, almost picks it up as well. He's still going, Sabatini. There he goes, good run. He's got the ball, gets the pass, and smooth as silk. And Troy Ham is in to score for Rotorua. Well, put that one down to the number 11, Sabatini, who really found himself with the ball off the back of the nice take from Kurawave, and then chipped to regather for himself, but had the foresight to follow through. The ball bounced kindly for him, and then was able to lay it on too for Troy Ham. So a little against the run of play, but certainly some classy play here from the flying winger. As we can see, he toes it through, or knees it through really, and then had the foresight to pop the ball back on the inside and cleaning up beautifully Troy Ham.
Yeah, that looks awesome here. Sabatini again, a bit of skill on the left-hand side, a little bit of an offload to Ham, and then a Piro. So, that was a great execution right from the 22 all the way back down the field. So, good to see some expensive rugby.
There's Omua, one of the more straightforward kicks for him. Yeah, called it all, mate. Tell us a little bit about the runner there, please. Sabatini.
So Liliano Sabatini, yeah, he's a strong player. He was in the hostel, and as you can see, I don't know what was going on with those flashy kicks, but I don't think they teach them here. But as you can see, he come away with it, and as we were just talking about the points, lucky enough we got Troy Ham. He was there to support Sabatini and got to come away with the try. So a lot of hoorah and high fives for him tonight.
I think so too. If you've just joined us here on Whakaata Māori, in for today's commentary, Riki Rangi Gage, not Tefana Opanui, and he's had a long involvement, Year 12 here at Rotorua. But some of these secondary school games are actually being filmed with one-camera shoots and voluntary commentators. So just as we're trying to profile rangatahi sport, also encouraging our rangatahi to call the action as well, and I'm sure Riki Rangi will be doing a great job on behalf of his kura in the months and years ahead. Year 12, Form 6, Mede. Did you know that, Mede?
Yeah, I did.
Well, what's your thinking here at the moment in the best way that Gisborne need to respond? Because that was a little against the run of play.
Yeah, a little bit against the run of play. We need a good platform from the line out, and I'd like to see Hihi again do a Uma Maro in the middle there and just run it straight, basically. There it is, nice hard run there.
Ruben Faitari has been one of the standouts too. He looks a little bit like Tawara Nico to me with his long locks at the back.
Pressure!
This is solid play, but it needs to just be set nicely, confidently. Down low, good solid D coming in here from Rotorua.
Yeah, Rokura's got a really solid D. They're doing what they call zero rucking as well, which makes it really hard to penetrate in behind.
Hoiti with another settling play as we go down the left edge. That pass on the ankles. So, no criticism of the man unable to pick it up as Rotorua get hold of the ball again. They're 5 short of the halfway across field, thinking of the kick, but really just toying with the opposition. And this is once again Kunawavi is having a fine game, the fullback here for Rotorua, and not surprisingly a penalty heading the way for the home team.
Yeah, another Harmenia as well. I guess the referee will be starting to talk to Gizzy Boys High a little bit. But cynical there, he just didn't stay on his feet a little bit, or release, I wasn't too sure. There he is, yep, coming off his feet there and giving away the Harmeni. So it'll be fun, a Harmeni, penalty kick, going right down to the Rotorua Rotorua.
Yeah, well, it was a good touch finder, Medi, no doubt about that. Māori Active here on Whakaata Māori. Of course, name change. Well, many of us know it as Māori Television over time, recognising that the organisation is working through multiple platforms, and therefore the name Whakaata Māori is the one that will be utilised going forward. Mirroring ourselves, this is good ruck work at the moment. By Oakwood up 7-3, coming out towards 20 minutes here in this clash. 70-minute games for the Muska Cup and also for the Craig Callaghan Trophy. So it is Rotorua with the ball, although Tenetti will get hold of it for Gisborne. And again, support is needed. Great work from Salim Bao. Fox to the back for Hihi. Sends it downtown, taken confidently too on the 40-metre line here from Malone Kunawawe.
Yeah, good pressure there by Gisborne Boys High. Like I said, the kick chase again, they all came up in a good line and put a lot of pressure on that pass. Kunawawe again doing some great here, but there it is there, just goes a little bit forward. But again, Tenetti from Gisborne Boys High putting a lot of pressure on there. He's having a great game.
Well, that pass did drift forward. He'll be disappointed with that, the fullback. He's had a pretty good game so far as he delivered that one across just drifting forward to Omua. Scrum packing down, 5 short of the halfway now. And Gisborne in possession. Just the one penalty for them, and they charged downfield skillfully. 6 or 7 minutes into the game, and we've been treated to that lovely play as well from Liliano Sabatini. Came from the left wing, chipped over the top, and was able to link up with Troy Ham to score the only try of the match thus far. It's a wonderful tournament, the Super 8. Great to have it on for Kata Māori too. Of course, bringing action from Napier and Hastings, from Palmerston North, New Plymouth, Hamilton, Rotorua, Tauranga. And we're pleased to be bringing some of that live to air, and a lot of it across the YouTube channel that Whakata Māori are utilising as well. So Gisborne have the scrum. The referee will decide that it's not good enough for him and will penalise the home team. This will be a good touch finder and meter eater, you hope, for Gisborne.
Yeah, looks like, yep, just coming down on the left-hand side here, not holding his own weight and giving away the harmony. Oh, doesn't look like this kick's gone out. They're still regaining that line out though, Gisborne Boys High. I'd like them to keep possession of the ball a little bit longer and just keep on going through the phases, because that's what's been working for them, especially on attack.
We need some accuracy, don't you? So here we go. It's the throw-in for the visitors. That's to the back, cleverly done. Fox gets hold of Hihi to his brother, and then out wide is Faitiri. He's the ground, and scrambling for it was Brooke Mitchell from Rotorua. And again, they're so reliant on Hihi, and they've got some numbers here as Tanetti comes into play. Does a little bit of hurdling, stepping back onto the inside, but loses control of the football. It's turned over to the home team, and so they are able to withstand that pressure. Some nice sportsmanship on display there in the ruck as well. So the ball's come to the back now. Really looking forward to seeing more work from King Maxwell, but instead the kick. There's been plenty of that here this afternoon. Just trying to find field position, and out there it finds Waisake Salembao. Flying Fijian wingers are the order of the day. And Rotorua have a couple of beauties here at the back. In Kulawave, Salembao. We'll be seeing some changes from the interchange bench, no doubt coming up shortly in another little era on the far side. So they're just they're 2 steps forward and 1 step back at the moment, Ricky Rangi.
Yes, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Engari te ngari e te korera wātu nei. Something is better than nothing, eh? At least we're not going 3 back.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true, Ewa. Fair enough, too. So here's the scrum. Been refereeing a lot of games here. Nico Blank had a chat with him before the game. Just likes the level of enthusiasm that these secondary school players bring to their game. We've got a injury down there. Can't quite pick up the number, but
11 minutes.
We might have a little look here. So 11 minutes of play left. As we see the big number 18, Josh Norman, getting himself ready to go onto the track. He's a big unit, Josh, and he'll no doubt want to add his imposing physique into the mix up the middle. He's just warming up on the sideline as we see just an opportunity for a bit of a team talk, geeing each other up as we go into the bench here for Rotorua. Great facilities here for rugby at this proud kura. Of course, there have been many great names who've come through Rotorua and indeed through Gisborne over the years, I guess, eh, Mary?
Yeah, there's some awesome players coming both in there. Rotorua, Liam Missam, Dylan Hartley, also from England. He was playing for England as well, but, you know, we've got Craig Newby as well. Some good history there for the All Blacks, and again, Jose Enrico Gear for Gisborne. What I'd like to see Gisborne again is just hold on to that pill a little bit longer, and I think they will break down Rotorua Boys High. They've just got to do the mahi.
There's the Nonoke on the far side of the field, though. There's a big push coming in late here from Rotorua. I've been hugely impressed here with Carlos Hihi. He's had a strong game too. The half work from Israel Fox has been classy. Little hold up and dummy onto King. King straightens, then steps, then through the middle. Here he's going, King. What a big run it is from the fullback, King Maxwell. 5 metres out from the try line now. Here come Gisborne with a hiss and a roar as they steady themselves right in front. Rotorua, keen. This will take some controlled aggression, but they can certainly get there. Look at the determination that they're showing at the moment as the boys from Turanganui-a-Kiwi get themselves set and go yet again. Pick and go. That ball was there for the taking. In fact, referee says, no, mate, you've got to stay on your feet. I won't have that. So there is another penalty. Referee Nico Blank. But gee, that was some good play. Really loved the way that King Maxwell wove himself into the attack and almost took it the whole way, Miri.
Yeah, you know, just from the scrum here again, we're looking at Hihi taking it nice and hard and forward, you know, Omar Mardor, and then you see King Maxwell bang off the right again, puts a big fend in, and he looked as though he was going to go all the way. But good covering defence by the Rotorua as well.
So this is, I thought a penalty was actually a scrum, so this is well set. We're just getting the replays as the scrum sets. Thanks to Caltex for their help in bringing the action here through Whakaata Māori on their Māori Active platform here, encouraging rangatahi sport and celebrating rangatahitanga as we see once again Gisborne, they come out wide. This is Carlos Hiki. He shows, he goes, he splits them and scores. Well, he's been one of the best, no doubt, for Gisborne, but he is a class act, and that really made everyone sit up and notice as well. Brilliant play from the number 10.
Yeah, it was great to see him with ball in hand. And, you know, if we're looking at this at home, 2 hands on the ball, it gives a bit of a show, comes off his left a little bit, and that opens up a little bit as well. His brother showed the dummy as well, and over the line he goes with a great try.
Beautiful try there from Gisborne, from Turangatani. The boys are looking shabby here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in their heads, but hopefully they're just tickling the pickle. It's only the first half, so we'll see what they can do in the second.
Fair enough too. You know, we spoke about brothers combining, and that was a really great illustration of that. This is backyard footy at its best, isn't it? And the dummy to Puna, who set himself up as a good foil, and of course the Rotorua boys were expecting it to come back to Puna. Carlos was able to weave his magic. Classy stuff. Let's hope he can add the extras here for Gisborne. He's close, and he hits the popo here, and that's going to be a little bit disappointing because it could be down to the wire. So here we are. It's about 13 minutes left. 35, sorry, so my counting's not quite right. 8 minutes left in the first half as we get another look at Carlos Hiki on the weave.
There, if you're Whakataruna, the dummy pass. Didn't pass it though, so you just put a dummy.
There you go. A bit of subterfuge there from the boys from the east. Tanetti finds himself under pressure. And now with the ball, I think it's Troy Ham, the try scorer here for Rotorua, as they rumble their way forward. Well, that's the thing. After scoring, you really need to be very solid on your D. And they've just allowed an opportunity. We're just waiting for the replacement, as mentioned, coming on in.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Nonoki again for a Whakataka. So knock on.
The old Whakataka, eh? And the old Noneki, eh? Here we go, setting it up here. Bailey, it's been a nice little tussle between Israel Fox and William Bailey here today.
Yeah, really good nines there. They've got both of it really good behind the ruck area as well, and they really did put some pressure, a bit of cheeky, both cheeky as well, which we like to see.
Well, halfbacks all the way, aren't they? You're going to have a little bit of swagger about you to play halfback. Out wide they come. This is nice and a beautiful tackle. Really squares up to Hamana Teote, puts him away. They keep it alive on the far side as Omua gets hold of the ball, but he's got nowhere to go as well. Gisborne's D, very, very solid.
Yeah. What a brilliant Rotorua as well. Big tackles there in the middle, and they got them right round the bootlaces. So we're really making sure that Gisborne is putting hard pressure on them. And there it goes there. Right, beautiful tackle there.
Well, Gisborne have come to play. There's no doubt about that. they would have been buoyed by the close encounters, the most recent of them with Hastings. And while they went down, they played with pride and distinction. So today, they would have known that they were coming to the home of a team on top of its game. Unbeaten this year at Rotorua, but at the moment holding their own. Still a long, long way to go on this one though, Rikirangi.
Yep, Rotorua boys looking shaky here. And then we're going to give Gisborne boys the Rarangi ki waho as they've started. Room looks shaky in the back line.
Well, this is the man that the home team have to watch. Carlos Hihi is playing out of his skin here. Look at him weave, and he's confident, isn't he, Carlos? Beautiful play, sets up nicely, just outside the 22. And Gisborne come a-calling yet again through the hands of Tuapawa. Solid, needs some support. That's also aggressive. Coming in from the home team, Rotorua, a straight and direct run is needed and delivered for Gisborne. Then popped out to the left-hand side, just trying to find a gap in the right-hand defence. So the ball's all over the place, but you've got to take your hat off to Gisborne as we see another player go down. Took a whack on the lemon, I think, by the looks of things. We'll just identify him. But another strong period or passage of play for the visitors.
Yeah, those are the phases of play we're looking at. The Hihi brothers have been outstanding, and again Maxwell looking to see if he can get it in behind there and put the grubber in. And I just think that Gisborne, what they've done is they've said, hey, we're going to hold on to it. I think they listened to me. They're going to hold on to the position, get the phases, and then exciting backs happen, you know. They're unleashing the backs.
We all listen to you because we know what would happen if we did it, Mede Baker. Hey, that was King Maxwell, who again, you know, is living up to expectations from early in the match. He was singled out, not to pump him up at all. That's not what Dwayne Hihi was doing. But, you know, these are some of the senior players within his squad. And I know that he would have been a little shy to put that accolade on his own lad. But really, when you see the way Carlos is playing, we can understand just how important a cog in the wheel that Carlos is in the number 10 jersey. He's a thinking player, but he's also got a great turn of speed and backs himself as well. He's had an outstanding 30-odd minutes here in this clash this afternoon.
Yeah, it'll be good to see this, the rangi ka waho for Gisborne Boys High. It'd be good. It's a good attacking platform right there. They're just down inside 5 metres there for the attacking formation, and they have their line-outs been really good. They've been going in the middle, getting good height up there, and again, looking for those midfielders, the Hihi brothers.
So again, in control, Gisborne have the ball, and Rotorua are going to have to really be on their game defensively. Their confidence levels are starting to rise here, the visitors, and now they'll pump themselves forward and just grab it metre at a time. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there, as long as you get there. This is good, solid forward play. And Gisborne, under Coach Dwayne Hihi, are displaying some great tactics and skills. Don't be at all surprised to see another bit of flamboyance as well from Hihi. He's just off the edge as Israel Fox awaits his opportunity to send it his way. That's Israel, eyes darting at the back of the scrum in the number 9 jersey. Senses a chance, but it's a little knock on, and as he charges forward, but damage done here. Damage done, and they were so close, but I guess in a way yet so far.
Yeah, they're really asking questions of the Rotorua Boys High, but there he goes. He just took his eye off the ball, left the ball behind. It's an unfortunate little one of those things that just happened. But what I think with Rotorua Boys High in their defence, they've actually got to start putting players into those rucks and really questioning the Gisborne Boys High and what they're doing. They've got to start doing some pressure on the rucks.
Well, he had a nice, it was nicely set up as the 2 number 9. So Jabbo, let's get in. So that's nice to see. Some good camaraderie in there. They're probably cousins anyway. We've got a lot of whakawhananga going on, as well as was mentioned by the coaches at the start. You know, if you can get some cohesion and sort of whānau vibe going on in your team, you can go a long way. There's the kick over the top. Now that's a testing kick, and Tinetti's got his eye on the ball, but it beats everyone into touch. But it was smart thinking. And again, Gisborne willing to give the ball some space. Kōrero mai e hoa. Hea hoa whakaro there, Rikirangi.
sitting in the seat watching this game, I'm pretty shaken up, eh?
It's a glass of water here. Just take it easy there.
It's staying in the Rotorua half, and we haven't been able to get it over to the other side in a while. So I'm not too sure how this is going, but we're almost at the end of the first half, Nate.
Ricky Dangi, of course, he's named after his koro. So, tēnā koe, if you're listening in, Ricky Dangi. He's a mover and shaker down the coast there to Whanau Apanui. But here's a yellow card. Well, it's a little surprising.
Yep, he's absolutely been told, a few things there. I'd love to see a replay on that to sort of have a look at. They've called for the scrum, and this is what they've done a little bit here, Gisborne Boys High School. Look at the crossfield kick. And as it comes across, we'll just have a quick look. It looks like something cynical in the background there. But the good crossfield kick, and this is a really good attacking opportunity for Gisborne.
Well, being one down is going to do them no favours here. There's only a minute or so going into the half-time break. So here's Beste Morete. Will feed the line out, pushes it right to the back. Where does it bounce? So still looking for the ball, comes out in the home school's end, and then Tinetti has the chance to take it but fumbles it. And he'll be disappointed, but he's had some strong showings in this first half as well. Taimara Tinetti, at that time awkward to take as it came down towards his ankles. Let's have another look at it. Kunavave's been very good.
Yeah,
well, 99 times out of 100 he would have taken that.
Here's Maxwell again. We're having a look at that yellow card, and yeah, just taken off the ball there. It's just one of those things, I guess. The referee saw it as differently and taking out the players. So this is where we're at, just inside the 22 for the Rotorua Boys High.
Well, he'll think nothing much in it, but, we want to keep the game played in good spirits. And Nico Blank says, well, look, that was unnecessary. You could have pulled out, and you didn't. So that's the yellow card. I've been impressed with the number 8 work there from Ruben Faitiri.
Yeah, like you said, he's a Tawarao Nikau look-alike, and he plays like him too.
Yeah, he does, but he's everywhere, isn't he? So it's a Rotorua scrum feed, or Rotorua. 2 alternate names here for this proud school in Rotorua, and that's a huge kick downtown, and it will find touch. I just want to remind you too that what you're seeing on your screen here is our clock from our broadcast team. The referee's whistle is controlled by the match official, so it's really indicative, but it's not right on all the time. We're not too far out, but I think there we are. See, as you can see, just 30 odd seconds. Well, I hope you're enjoying the action here. It's tighter than I guess many would have expected. And here at half time in this Super 8 clash, coming to you across Whakaata Māori and the Māori Active platform, we have a very tight game and an interesting one as well. Gisborne up 8-7. We'll take a break, come back and have a look at the highlights of that first half. Good to have you along here. This is Super 8 Rugby on Whakaata Māori, and we'll be back soon.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex. No time to fluff around today? No worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay and App to speed on through. Ooh, yeah. Feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.
Gisborne Boys High and Rotorua Boys High, or Rotorua. And at half-time, you can see it's the visitors leading 8-7. A long way to go, yes, but it's certainly a good start for the team that really came into this Super 8 clash as the underdog. Let's have a look at two of the tries and also the yellow card, because it could have a telling influence on what happens at the start of the second half. This was really nice play too. The fullback's been outstanding, really, for Rotorua. That's Kunuave. And then this is skillful play from Liliano Sabatini, puts the chip, then knees it forward, I think, and then picks it up and is able to drop it back on the inside for Troy Ham. Good try, converted, of course. And the second try was also a beauty, Mede.
Yeah, it was great there, Fox, there to hit the dummy pass from Hihi again, and he's been being outstanding, Hihi.
He's had some really good touches. Now, this is King Maxwell, puts the kick in, and Harold Rounds comes through. The referee doesn't want play of that type. There's another look at it. Had a chance to pull out. Says, no, young fella, you're going to sit out a few minutes. So he's been yellow carded. The teams in their huddles will take a quick break, kick off for the second half here in the Super 8 clash on Whakaata Māori's just around the corner.
Want to catch a fuel bargain with Caltex and Supergold? Scan your Caltex app, Flybys or Airpoints for 6 cents off per litre with Pumped. And show your Supergold card for an extra 2 cents off. Ah, feels good.
Kia ora noa, no mai hanawai. Noa, this is Super 8 Rugby. It's through Whakaata Māori's, brought to you by Māori Active. This battle today for the Moaska Cup, as I mentioned, 39 schools have held the trophy. All the Super 8 schools have at some stage held the trophy. Rotorua Boys High have had plenty. They've had it for the last 3 years as well, held on to it. Gisborne have had it through the mid-90s as well, the Moaska Cup. And at the moment they lead at 8-7. I am beside Mede Baker, long-time representative in the Kiwi Ferns and also the New Zealand Sevens rugby, but also with extensive coaching experience in, well, all corners of the world, really, Mede? And now you're back in good old Invercargill and Riverton, which is where it all started for you. Ngami. In fact, she's got Ngāti Paro connections as well as Kahuni, so I guess you'd have a bit of a soft spot for Gisborne.
I do. I absolutely do have a soft spot for Ngāti Paro East Coast. So it's good to see them playing a flamboyant style. So good to see them out there and playing some really good, expensive rugby.
Well, and the bloke beside me, well, I didn't like to say who he's cheering for. He's a student at this killer. So good on you, Riki Dangi. You've got to get in and back your boys. Great to be working with you too, Ewa. Just a young guy. How old are you, mate?
17 years of age.
Get that microphone down closer so we can hear that beautiful, rich, lovely reo and that voice. 17, eh?
Yeah, 17.
Yeah. The Ducks of the school.
No.
Hey?
No.
Head prefect.
No.
Oh, just one of the good guys.
Just a handsome face.
Oh, of course. Yes. I should have recognised that straight from the get-go. No, you're on to the money there. Kia ora. Well, here we go then, the 5 short of the halfway. Let's just have a look at this and how it broke down.
Yeah, it looks like it's gone back down for the kick. And a bit of cynical play in the background there for Hamini. So we'll be looking to see the Rotorua Boys High attack off this platform. Looks like the referees are going to have a korero about what happened.
Oh, might be something a little more than we realised, although obviously first and foremost is head injuries. That's the first thing that they look forward to, but I don't think that's the case here. Hoiano, extra care is required as it should be. Again, just like to acknowledge New Zealand Carbon Farming, also Pure Athletic, Bailey's, Caltex. Without them, the games couldn't go forward. And as we mentioned last time when we called the game a few weeks ago, Medi, between Napier and Palmerston North, back in the day you could billet these teams would come and stay in various households, but with COVID, of course, it's necessitated staying perhaps in motels or the like, and so that incurs a lot of cost. That wasn't the case in years gone past. So thanks to all of the sponsors who are helping the Super 8 competition to be staged as professionally as it is, and indeed to Rob Waddell, who's helping to coordinate a lot of our Rangatahi sport and to bring it across numerous platforms. This is Super 8. We are into the second half, just a 1-point ball game here at this stage. As we look onto the bench, that's Harold Rounds. And let's see where this... And the other young guy too from Gisborne is in there as well. They're number 2. That's Beston Moretti. So both in the bin at the moment. 14 on 14. This is good play from the home team. I want to score first here in the second half. Long way to go here. Just get the feeling that they're keeping something in store and in check. Omua gets it nicely, and then it's out to Tiote, and Tiote gets the ball to Kunoave. Look at him fly, the Fijian fullback, and he is class. He's all class, and he is in the score down the right edge where you sensed something was coming, and it was a flying Fijian winger.
Yeah, Kunoave again. He was at warming up, and you could see the speed on him, but he just gets the ball on the outside and gives a good left foot and just puts some pace on it. It starts with a good, here we go, right here he goes. Some speed on him, left foot around there. Matt's almost in the tackle and in the right-hand corner for Piero.
He gets the lovely ball too, says Vinaka, as he grabs on it and then goes flying, the old Bulla brother. Hey, how's your Fijian go, Ricky Dungy?
As you said, Vinaka. You said Bulla to another one and Vinaka again.
Thank you. So there's plenty of thanks and kia oras going on. It's good. They're great characters, our Fijian cousins, when they come over to Aotearoa. And mind you, these guys could have been born here too. A lot of a strong Fijian community in Aotearoa. But see, they look good, and on the wings they glide across the field, don't they? This is Omua. He slotted them left, right and centre from the same spot when he was warming up. But this time around, not so. They had a beautiful try, nicely set up as well. So Gisborne need to realise that if they make mistakes in their end of the field, they can leave themselves vulnerable.
Yeah, they just got a mix match out there. The lock ranging out there, and Kunoave again sort of exploited that. So well done for him, getting on the outside and getting into that corner.
12-8 scoreline now. And here is the kickoff. This will be contested. Good follow-up. And once again, Ruben Faitiri is into the mix in a big way, working hard. Nice work from Bailey. Gets it to the back and another downtown. It'll sit up nicely. This is King Williams. Decides to turn it across to the right-hand side. Nice little show and go again. It's he. He's getting himself in there with a lot of courage and attitude. And he's at the base of the ruck. Taking it from the back comes Israel Fox once again. Good driving effort too as the big number 5 comes to Zeki Collier to help him out. Fox. The ball is there. The referee says, I'm okay with what I've seen so far. Fox will get another chance for it. Down the left edge they come, and the ball's kicked off the boot of Luke Russell. But that was good play again from Gisborne. Well, hey, they know they're still well and truly in the mix. Let's get another look at how it all panned out.
Yeah, Gate, good pass there. Just caught on the edge of the touchline there, but some better continuity from the Gizzy boys. There's some good phases there, and just really, I think for them, just cleaning up that ruck would be one of the priorities for this half.
12-8 scoreline. Here's the throw-in. Nicely taken at the back as well. Good control. Rotorua in possession, couple of metres short of the halfway line. With number 4 in there, Max Hutchings, he's had a good game, and it's great follow-up play. The number 18 is Josh Norman, who's waiting on the wings, and now he gets his chance. Cut out ball on the far side, trying to create an opportunity down the left end for Sabatini. He comes back into the action. Wrestling with him is Moretti. Good sustained pressure here once again. Pushing forward, Rotorua. Having a little look, trying to drop it back on the inside. Cleverly picked up by his opposite number, though. And it's Israel Fox who secures it on behalf of the visitors. And then Carlos Hihi decides that it's best out of this end of the ground. And then it's on to Sabatini. He, too, will push the ball. Is that going to find its way across the line on the far side? Hihi comes back. So almost a casual approach, but this is the way the good players go. And King Maxwell finds himself in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, straight through the ruck there. Didn't go round and behind there. So he was offside. Essentially, he was offside. But that was a great passage of play. It really showed how good the kicking skills of both teams are. He as well, and making sure that Sabatini again giving a good boot down there. That's why we're at this end of the field.
So here's Hihi sending it across to us here in the commentary position. An absolute picture down at the lakefront today on the way through here as we get another look at the play.
Yeah, that was Mitchell not coming through the gate would be the terminology of that.
So again, here we are with another Aotearoa Kiwaho on the halfway line. Well, it's there for the taking this game. There's no doubt about it. Plenty of time to go, but either team well positioned to get the points here for the Muska Cup. Also the shield that is a source of great pride. Excellent work coming through, this time from Brooke Mitchell to shut down Israel Fox. But still, it's Gisborne who have the ball. Right at the back again to Maxwell, and he'll kick to the far side of the field.
Yeah, looks like Sabatini on there on the left-hand side, getting a good run with an offload.
Hey, this is a flyer. This is a flyer. Here we go. Looking for support, and that's coming. Who is it? We'll say no more. It's Malone Kunuave. He says Vinaka once again and puts the buller right down where it should be in the goal mouth.
Yeah, Sabatini again was essential in that as well, and more again showing from the 10, showing that he can find the space, and just a great hands of the backs and some speed there by Kunuavavi.
Well, they must be feeding him well at this colour, I reckon. Yeah, because he's on the fly, isn't he? Sort of everywhere type of character, but geez, useful, isn't he, out wide?
Definitely, the stress is gone, all that shakiness is gone now. Now that our home side has come up, and now the brothers, all they need to do now is maintain their pace, maintain their opportunities, and hopefully just keep going as it is.
Well, did you think there was a hint of a forward pass there, Ricky Rangi?
No.
Absolutely not.
I'm blind in one eye. I'm blind
enough.
in one eye. So
I like your honesty, bro. I like your honesty. And the kick's sweet too. So this is just pushing it out a bit, but gee, he pops up everywhere, doesn't he? Malone Kunuave, that's his second try here in the second half, and that stretches the lead out to 19-8. Well, Gisborne just need to stay on target. I've been impressed by a number of their players here today, and if they were able to get a try back soon, they'll give themselves a hunt for the big prize. But tries back-to-back to the flying Fijian fullback, making the scoreboard look quite imposing at the moment. So Bailey calling the shots at the base of the ruck. Onto the boot there. And down it comes onto Carlos. He's looking to look up with Lukey Russell. Comes in for the left edge. Doubles around on him. Then sends the ball. Not a great pass on the far side. Needs to sort of settle, but they're at risk of being pushed across the touchline on the far side here as the home team scramble. Good work again from Fox. Giving it some air and out to Ruben Faitiri, who's been very good here this afternoon. A no-look pass. Beautiful play. This is King Maxwell. King Maxwell coming through, and Maxwell has to square up and come on the inside. If he had had some support, there was a try all up there, and it's going to be the referees stepping in here and holding on to the ball. And King Maxwell had a really good opportunity there, but just didn't have the support. The lead-up play to it, though, was quite brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant here. Again, the number 8, Ruben Faitiri, is coming through here, and it's good to see the locks in there out there ranging with a bit of skill there. And then King Maxwell again with a bit of speed, and he's looking to get off his left foot here. And the covering defence there, 1, 2, 3, absolutely brilliant by the Rotorua Boys High.
I thought King might have chanced his hands against Maloney down there and gone to his left, but he had to make a split-second decision as he, as it turned out, stepped off the left foot, but found 2 cover defenders who had halted his run. But some ambitious and innovative play there from the visitors from Gisborne. Here we go again. Picked up at the back by Sonny Dupont.
Got some ringer changes as well for the Rotorua Boys High. Elliott on there.
Russell will find Maxwell again. He looks on the far side to pick up Hihi. Carlos, beautiful fend. Carlos lays on the far side and gets the ball out to Tinetti on the far side. Is it? No, it's actually 21. So that's Isaiah Fox. And that looks like it was pretty good and pretty damn close there, Medi.
Oh, brilliant player passions there again. There, he again, the big fend, and he just gets the ball on the outside. Here goes, he again. Bam, put some speed on there, gets on the outside. Boom, that's the fend we're looking for, and a bit of an offload. And then Fox just puts his foot down. Nice little kick, looking for the inside. And he just couldn't connect to Tuapawa.
Good play. Hihi. Now Maxwell. Back it goes. 2 of the most skillful on track this afternoon here for Gisborne. Keeping them well and truly alive in the Super 8 clash. Coming to you live, of course, Whakata Māori through Māori Active. And supported, of course, by Caltex and Bailey's and Pure Athletic. Plus the New Zealand Carbon Farming. Happy to support the kaupapa of encouraging rangatahi sport. Back again to Moretti. Good drive and supported by Faitiri. He comes in behind him too. Setting up the play. Israel Fox has it. Flicks it out to the right-hand side this time. Just need to steady themselves here. Keep control of the phases. Mistake-free football might just get them home as we see it out to Hihi once again for more of that flamboyance as we see the step up and straightened run here. We're on the 22. Utako Mārua as Fox gets the ball out to Hauiti, who keeps it alive and finds Gate. And Kaya Gate charging forward here. And a penalty for a high tackle. So that was really good play also from Gisborne Boys High School.
Yeah, it's good to see them holding the pill, but what I'm interested in seeing is the Rotorua Boys High defensive patterns. They've changed it this half. They're actually committing people to the ruck area, so it's really hard. It's making it more difficult for Gisborne to penetrate that in the back end. But there's this big high tackle there coming on the inside. Let's see who it is. Carmichael.
Bailey Carmichael is the man who's been penalised here. Did drift up. There's no intent there, but referees in this grade, and in fact right across our contact sports, are very mindful of the need to protect the athletes. Perhaps something of a surprising decision here to take the 3, but it's certainly on offer.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to say, you know, whānau, how many please? I'll take it. I'll take the 3.
Yep. Just one jersey change there, Medi. I thought the big number 18 who had come on for Rotorua was Josh Norman. That's what I've been calling, but in fact it is Seirusi Lavudi. And he is a big unit, isn't he, Ricky Dungy?
Yes, indeed. We have those few big names out in there. We have, as you said, Sairusi, and we have also Leo on the prop, and we have Harold who has come on. He was the one who got penalised, who got yellow card.
Well, some changes there. Bringing in the changes. 19 to 11. Another penalty here for Gisborne.
It's a sign of a good coach as well, rotating players around and giving game time at this level. I think it's really important that we all give game time to everybody so that everyone gets a chance to play this wonderful game.
Now, come on, Medi. You leave your best players on the track. What are you saying here, Medi? Huh?
I'm saying that everyone needs to play.
Everyone gets a turn.
No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying, it's good coaching to be pivotal and make those decisions at the right time.
When are you going to get out there and play for the squad, Ricky, don't you?
I see back in my days, those changings, we never changed the numbers. We always stayed true and stayed to our number, and we got out there and left our best players on.
Fair enough.
But my days have come to retirement.
Oh, cut it out. How can
put the boots up onto the shelf.
Oh, King Maxwell's put it down. There's a chance. Here they come. They're trying to profit. And a kick, a smart kick as well from O'Moore. Down to the right-hand side. Flying towards it. And look, the 14 is in this time. This is Salim Bao. Well, I tell you, it's been a Fijian feast here today for Rotorua. They've been scoring bulkish tries. That's try number 3. And this time it's not Kunavave, but it's in fact Waisake Salambao.
Yeah, great kick there from the second 5 there. Hayden, he just sort of he looked up and saw the space there and just thought, well, I'm going to give it a crack. Oh no, it's Amor, sorry. And then just the speed of Salambao as well, just showing that he got there right at the right time, and an excellent try.
Well, that'll sink the hearts, won't it, for Gisborne, because they've done some really good work in the lead-ups here, and that's how quickly things can change. They were building momentum, 19 to 11, and then all of a sudden the wing is able to come through and score. But it was smart thinking here from Maraki Aumua, who's looking to add the extras as well, to just poke the ball through into the right corner. So clever play.
Yeah, look. Gisborne High have done everything they possibly can to stay close to this team, and they've actually really threatened in certain areas of the field. A couple of times they've been isolated, and that's probably the 1%ers we're looking at. The Rotorua Boys High seem to just have support coming left and right at every aspect of the game.
Just a little bit of drizzle, I suspect, is coming through at the moment. It shouldn't be too much. Some of our connections looking skyward here, wondering whether it's going to pelt down or not. Doesn't worry us too much because we're sitting in a nice little piece of covered tent. Hey, Ricky Dungy.
Yes, indeed. Although we got the shelter, it's still cold, dude. We need to get some people out here and give me some bit of blanket. Blanket will be all right.
You can't commentate in a crocheted blanket, all right? Medi?
I'll tell you.
Medi's got a crochet blanket too.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with an electrical crochet blanket, mate.
I guess not. Electric blankets are almost compulsory in a New Zealand winter. Great to have you join us today. Hope you'll continue to support grassroots sport through this Māori Active platform. I think it's a wonderful kaupapa. And big ups to Whakata Māori for recognising that Rangataki sport has great following, and what it really aims to do is to keep our young people playing sport once they leave school.
Well, there looks like a whakataka, a little bit of a knock-on, so it will be a noniki. Good to see the Po Whakamoas go at it again. We love to see front rowers have a good crack at each other.
Yes, true enough. It's mostly where they put the ugly guys, isn't it, into the front. Hey, Ricky?
Like I said, I'm blind on one eye, so I don't see the ugliness in people.
Oh,
we only breed handsome people around here.
Oh, kia ora to you. Thanks. Ricky, don't engage with us today. I'm just having you on there. Over the years, they sort of tend to think of the guys in the engine room as being somewhat thickos, but a lot of them end up with double degrees and doctorates and all sorts. That ball will end up in the hands of the home team here.
Yeah, Rotorua getting the Norniki. Bit of a whakataka.
It looks really old, doesn't it? That building in the background there, Rikirangi. Is that the old school? You've got sort of modern, new down the other end, but over there it looks like, it must be the original boys' school there.
There are over this side we have our MC, which is where we feed our boys, and that's where our aftermatch will be.
Always a responsibility. What's that? Still just mince and spuds?
No. We feed our boys good around here. We give them what they need and what they want. For Friday meal, we'll give them, for dinner, we'll give them a good bit of pasta, bit of chicken. Can't go wrong with it, eh?
No, can't go wrong with that. And after match?
Oh, I'm not too sure. These staff, they like to surprise us here.
Must be Waiata and Haka, come on.
Coupled with a bit of trout from the Nongataha stream. King Maxwell, he's made some good breaks, but really look at the way that this local squad have come in. They're grinding. Everyone's grinding, but in the end.
Yeah, just held him up there. Tiatu as well. He came in really nice and tight and wrapped himself around the ball. And there he goes again. Maxwell there just came off the right foot, and there he goes, bang, wrapped himself right around the world. That was round, sorry. And then everyone else just came in and said, hold him up, because we're going to get this ball back.
That's the Hamana Tote. So King Maxwell has had a few opportunities, but he's also found himself in the thick of the action areas, right in the middle of that surging heap of young men. And now the scrum feed here. New guy in the field.
Elliot.
Ryan Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot.
He's in jersey number 20. I was impressed as well with Wiramu Bailey's contribution here this afternoon, but keeping it fresh legs is always good as Omoa makes another nice play. Beautiful little offload, skillful as. That's on Evander Hayden. Now taking it from the scrum base, Omoa. Down the right side they come again. There's the kick. Oh, tell me not. He's going again. Did he get it? We're just checking with the referee. Was he well sighted? I think there was Salam Bao once again. And the referee is taking some advice here, it would seem.
Yeah, that's a great piece of attacking there from the backs there again. Sabatini just offloading to Hayden and then puts the boot in there more, and then Salambao again just came flying down that right-hand edge, didn't he?
Hey, he's got speed to burn, hasn't he, this flying Fijian winger from the right edge. But he and Kunavave have been just right on the game today. And it was a difficult one for us to see as well, and so no doubt got to cut some slack to the referee here, Nico Blank. He's talking with his touch judges, and he says, no, it is no try. I don't think there'll be too much disagreement with that. It was a hard one to call. We might get a chance to have a look because we've got replays. Obviously, the referee hasn't. So let's see. There he comes out of nowhere.
Ooh, not enough downward pressure, I would call that as well, and just a little bit of a knock, a slip on the fingertips. You know, it's great refereeing, going to your touch judge. That's what we want to see. That's what they're there for. They can see a little bit more. He probably wasn't in quite the right position to make it a adjudicative decision. Yeah,
it's okay though. It's okay. The ref has to make the call. Like I say, he doesn't have the luxury of being able to look back as we just did. I mean, often a fingertip is enough. But let's, at the same time, pay some tribute to this bloke who's had such a wonderful game. Two new faces making their way onto the track here. Number 16, Fedu McGee for Gisborne. I think was at a number 22 and on as well, Cohen Loeffler. So a couple of lads getting a bit of a rest. They can hold their heads up high. Though 26-11 scoreline here. We're just on 12 to play. That's the number 11, Luke Russell, and also Nathaniel Karakia Niwa. Been thanked for their contribution by their coaching connections.
Looks like BT's on there as well for Fox.
Fox has had a good game. Let's see how young Liam goes. I think the two number 20s doing battle here, Ryan Elliott, Liam Beattie. Important to utilise the bench, and this guy has been just wunderbar, hasn't he? Carlos Hihi, and down the right side, his flying teammate just wasn't able to get the pass back on the inside, but Hihi looks like he's got a touch of class every time he handles the ball.
Yeah, he's got a touch of class. He runs when he needs to, and he passes when he needs to as well, and kicks. He's got a really good game management side of his game. The one thing that's probably missing a little bit from the Gisborne team is they just get isolated a little bit because they are just making those breaks when they're unexpected. They're just a little bit too far away from the support. So, you know, that could be a work on for the next game, is getting the support in the right areas.
So we've got a player down in back play, which gives us a chance to look through some of the players that have stood out. I'm going to ask you, Nicky Dungy, because of your one eye, and maybe you could train that one eye onto the Gisborne team list and tell us who you think have been impressive here this afternoon.
Definitely some outstanding players from the Gisborne boys side. The Hihi brothers. There was Carlos, who was actually attended Rotorua. He was over here in 2020, I believe. He was on this side, and decided to go back. No comment on that, but he decided to go back, and he's now playing in the first team with his brother, his younger brother, Puna Hihi, and the two of them together, they're outstanding, I tell ya, with the good boot on Hihi, and I'm pretty sure their coach, their dad actually would be very impressed with their game today.
Obviously, what you're suggesting is that his skill level came from here, and then he took it back home.
Giving any hints,
but I noticed that you did draw our attention that he did his schooling here at this famous kura.
It's a Ngāti Parau boy at heart, though, Cuzzy.
That's right. He's got some skill.
Very Ngāti.
I bet he can play the guitar and kapahaka too. He looks like that sort of bloke, multi-talented.
Oh wow, what a pass!
Well, that's not such a good pass. That one's, the bounce is poor, and you've got to look out for this man down the right edge. Anyway, Salambo, he will make you pay as he again gets in there and tries to hustle the balls. It's caused Gisborne to have to scramble a little bit as McGee pushes forward with his first touch of the ball. Here he is again. Hihi. It's an awesome outing here this afternoon in the Super 8 clash. Carlos, his brother Puna. Been some hearty efforts here today. And bodies in all directions.
Yeah, looked like it was ripped as well. So Noniki again. So just a little bit of whakataki, a bit of knock on there from the rip. But again, there's some good defence here from the Rotorua boys high. They came up, they came hard as well, and they shut down all the options for Hihi, and he had to run it. And it's unfortunate, you know, that stuff there. You've got to run it when you have to. They shut the kick option down, but it looks like there's a little bit of rain coming.
Yeah, well, that'll just cool them down a little. I was surprised it was a really pleasant morning here and into the afternoon, but there's been some inclement weather predicted too across the central North Island, so it won't worry these lads. They've got about 9 to play here, and it's been a good showing from both teams. I'd really like to see Gisborne boys get another try together too, because they've come close on numerous occasions, and really it's been the effort of the fullback and the right wing, these two Fijian flyers, who've really pushed the score in Rotorua's direction. Look, I'm not taking anything away from those teammates who set it up too, because these guys are just really great finishers. It's handy to have somebody who can come like a rocket and help get things started. Kunavave again uses down the left edge. Sabatini is setting it up. Ryan Elliott. Harold Rounds. Dubois. This is a good play from the home team. Setting the stage beautifully to Brooke Mitchell. Senses an opportunity. Nice little offload from Mitchell too. As you can see, just 5 or 6 metres away from the try line as Dupont cuts the ball forward also. Setting himself to deliver it professionally. Back to Elliott on the inside. Beautiful ball. Here he emerges again. Kunavave. Great play from Owen Moore. Great foresight, recognising that his fullback was chiming in up the inside and still content to be conservative in the way that they approach this opportunity from close range. They'll try and muscle their way over here. And this is what the forward coaches have been tutoring the boys about for so long. Out it comes, advantage. And still we'll go back. A little bit of it.
Yeah, there's a harmony there. There's a little bit of an offside position in there for Gisborne Boys High. But I tell you what, the Naka Whakaramua, the forwards for the Rotorua boys have done an excellent job. Lots of phases there, getting in behind, eating the metres really, so to speak, and compared to the backs where they just get to long-ranging, long runs. So well done there, especially in this weather. It's starting to rain. It's getting slippery.
Well, they were well positioned there. It's a good lead-up work, and they decided just to eat up some of the time, and we'll take the 3 points. And so it's going to be a good victory here for Rotorua boys, barring some sensational turnaround in the last 6 minutes. It can happen in sport, but I just don't get the feeling that that will be the case. And so for Gisborne, a solid hearty performance from the Hearty Ngatis, and let's hope that they aren't dismayed too much by copping their third loss in the Super 8 challenge. But of course they will be disappointed that the Moeska Cup looks as though it'll be staying here, and also the trophy named on behalf of the former teacher at both schools, Craig Callaghan.
Yeah, the Rotorua Boys High, they're really disciplined in there. They're structured as well. They're using the forwards in the right place, and then they're unleashing their backs. But I've really enjoyed watching the Hihi brothers from Gisborne Boys High, and also, I guess, Tawao Nikau, the number 8, who's not on there at the moment, but he's had a fantastic game.
He's done very well, hasn't he? The Gisborne number 8, it's Ruben Faititi. And he will get us restarted. 29-11 here. Just on 6 to play. But they can hold their heads up high, no doubt about that. Gisborne Boys High School. After a big trip across to the Sulphur City as the kickoff. I'll still ask a few questions here as we see the big units on show. But sensibly sending it downtown here to King. In fact, it's gone down to Carlos. He takes it just outside his 22. Holds it up momentarily. Needs a bit of support here. Sabatini is in there.
Yeah, it looks like he's not releasing as well. So penalty or Hamini. And they'll be looking for the whana Hamini to get into the corner over there so they can go for Rarangi ki Waho. Get a good line out, get a good platform, go back to their basics, go back to possession of the ball, grind those metres out.
Doesn't find touch too. So the architects of their own demise in many ways. You've got to get those 1%ers right. And perhaps given a chance to go it again. We can't understate the influence that these Fijian players have had for Rotorua here this afternoon. They've been very solid and they chase hard. Got plenty of pace and just under a bit of pressure here, and the ball goes to ground.
Yeah, that's what pressure does to you, isn't it? Yep. You know, you start with one little mistake and then the pressure builds and builds and builds, and this is kind of like the aftermatch, the dynamo effect of pressure. They're in their 22, they're trying to get out, they're crawling out of there. The options are to kick it. Big forward in there, so it's a hard one.
Well, here we are to set the scrum. It's the replacement half and they're Ryan Elliott. And like we say, really well positioned here to put another try on the board. 4 tries, 2 to Kunawave, Salimbal and Ham. But I don't think they're finished with yet here as Rotorua boys start to mount another challenge. To the back it goes for Elliott in the setup. I have to watch very carefully here because they've got some skillful players with attacking abilities. 12 minutes out from the try line. Elliott again. His boys settle it in. It's a good opportunity for us to utilise this part of the game, the grind, the push forward, just a little knock on. So a touch of relief there. Eventually for Gisborne.
Yeah, Whakataka as well, a little knock on there. Go back to the Nuki. Again, you know, those 1%ers, it is getting cold out there and the weather's coming down, so these little things are creeping in. We're getting to the end of the game. It's a little bit fatigue setting in as well. But again, that's some, Gizzy boys are showing a bit of heart in there. They're trying to make sure that they roto everything, tackle everything, and try to do the best they can.
So here we go, the scrum to be set. And just 2.5 minutes to play. Again, not from our end. The official clock will be coming to the referee. That's Nico Blank. And, of course, we'll be hearing from the skippers of both teams, or representatives of, anyway, after the full-time hooter sounds. But hats off to all of the players here in the spirit that the game has been played. There's a replacement coming on there for a little run here. That's to Heihua Simon, who gets an opportunity and some good work here as the retiring forward makes his way off. This is certainly a Tupou.
Yeah, Tupou has had a great game, hasn't he, with his line-out throws.
Leo Sagatoa come off.
It's Sagatoa, yeah. He's had a strong game. So here's the set-up through the middle, and gee, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but one of the guys has gone down in a screaming heap at El Pronto. So we might have another little look here. Was it accidental?
Ooh.
Well, Omua it is, who has gone down. And it's the 17 in the headgear, is it? Who comes at him?
Russell.
He hasn't been on too long as well.
Looks like he's going again. You know, that sort of stuff is ill-discipline. You know, we just got to keep on playing the game, and it's just sometimes timing's off, you know. Is it the number 17?
It's Latrell Walker.
Yeah, just timing, you know. He could have pulled out and he just didn't quite.
Well, he could have pulled out.
He could have pulled out,
Yeah,
and
sure.
let's just be fair. He should have pulled out on that one. And from a coaching point of view, it's something that the discipline and you want in your team is to make sure you don't give those penalties away.
Well, these are young guys. They're full of testosterone. They want to match themselves and physically, and so we can understand that. But Omua was unsighted too. He sort of hit him from behind, and that made it look perhaps even worse than it was. Omua's had another wonderful game. As we see the replacement still being utilised, this is Leon Edwards making his way on in jersey number 22. So at least everyone gets a opportunity to touch the ball and be part of a winning squad. So hats off to Karen, the coach, Karen Boland, who is the coach of the Rotorua squad, and also to Dwayne Hehe as well. Would be pretty pleased, although if they concede another try, it'll just balloon the scoreline out. Perhaps not be reflective of how competitive the Gisborne boys have been here through the course of the game thus far. Again, acknowledging our sponsors' connections here on Whakaata Māori through Māori Active, and all those who support the kaupapa to make it possible. There could be another try here for the home team. It's a grind towards the line, as you can see, just a couple of metres in it, setting themselves up, controlling the football. Less than a minute to play. They'll punch it out wide, back on the inside, and here's another try for him. They have just been carving them to bits. It's Salambawa once again, and these Fijian lads have just been right on top of their game here this afternoon. And that will push the scoreline out, and some frustration evident there for Gisborne because they were very competitive through that first half. But that is the fourth try of the second stanza, and in the end, who scored it well? no prizes for guessing, Eddie?
Yeah. Good platform here from the forwards, and they're just looking for the offload on the inside. Salambao again, good connection between the 15 and the 14, and over he goes. The defence again, he recognised that there's only 14 men out there, so they stretched them as far as they could, and then just popped that ball on the inside. So well done.
Well, they're very athletic, aren't they? And as I say, many we witness over the years sort of glide across the field, beautiful swerves, but you've got to get yourself in the position too. So take nothing away from them. They've had strong games. Malonet Kunuave at Waisaka Salambao, but the lead-up work also strong from Moa and across the Popo too, through the middle of the park. You'll be pretty satisfied here now, mate. That's banana cake time for you too, Rikirangi.
Oh, I can hear that aftermatch calling me. The boys will be pretty proud. A lot of hoorah for Waisaki, and we have Case who's taken over with the kicking from Mariki, and that was a succeed.
So that brings us to the end of this match, an intriguing clash between two proud kura in the end at Te Raukura from Rotorua Boys High School, 36, winning over Gisborne High School Boys 11, 36-11. A good game to be part of, and really pleased that we've been able to share the microphone this afternoon with Rikirangi Gage, Tauira here in Year 12 at the local kura Te Reo Māori Hoahau Whakaro in its conclusion.
Yes, indeed, it is conclusion. Ko tātou wā kia hoki atu tātou, kia tātou kāinga. Ngā kāinga maha o tātou katoa. As you can see, as you could hear that the boys are very proud, and you can see that our boys are taking a knee down. And
Yeah, Mihi, great to have you with us today, Rikirangi. We'll take a break, come back to you and do the post-match interviews. They're heading away next here on Whakata Māori, Māori Active. Rotorua Boys High, too good for Gisborne Boys here this afternoon, winning this one 36-11.
Want to catch a fuel bargain with Caltex and Supergold? Scan your Caltex at Flybuys or Airpoints for 6 cents off per litre with Pumped. And show your Supergold card for an extra 2 cents off. Ah, feels good.
Well, here we are back at Rotorua on this overcast day, but certainly hats off to both squads here. Rotorua too good in the end, 36-11 victors, but it was tight at half-time. It was just an 8-7 scoreline. Gisborne, in fact, were in front at the half-time break, but it was this wave of tries that were scored, and good tries as well in the second half, seeing Kunuave, the flying Fijian fullback, and his Kazi Salambao, also a flying Fijian winger, really drive it home, and the victory was well earned and in the end quite comfortable. But we'll get a chance to hear from their connections. I don't think that the Gisborne Boys people and supporters will be overly disappointed, but certainly there was some fine efforts on show here this afternoon, and what is an ongoing celebration of rangatahitanga and rangatahi sport. Well, Medea Baker is joining us here for some post-match comments, and she's joined by Carlos Hihi, the co-captain of the Gisborne Boys High School squad. To you, Medi.
Kia ora, I have Carlos Hihi with me at the moment. Great game out there. I thought your kicking game was pretty good.
Yeah. No, we drilled pretty hard on our kicking, putting ball to place, getting it into space, those 50-22s, but unlucky they had watched our game last week and seen that we like to plug corners, and you know, we try to plug corners, but wingers are sitting there catching and just attacking straight away. Yeah.
I thought your backline was exceptional out there, and I know there'll be a couple of work-ons for next game, and what would they be?
Just a work-on is execution, you know, executing, kicking, whether it be passing, putting the ball in front. Yeah, execution is the main goal.
Well, good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Got the winning captain here, Mitchell, here. Some great platform from the forwards.
Yeah, we didn't really find our groove in that first half, but luckily in that second half we got into our shape and yeah, showed us what we can do on the field. So yeah.
Had some superpowers on there from the backs there. I thought they connected really well.
Yeah, we back our backs when they're on. Just like I said in that first half, we didn't find it. We didn't find our backs where our strength is. So luckily in that second half they came out and they showed what they're good at.
Yeah, good to see that you've got changed the way you did on your defensive patterns, especially at the ruck area.
Yeah, we knew Gizzy were going to be tough in that area. We knew we had to go through, try and win that ball as much as we can, and yeah.
Right, great to get the win, and good luck for the next game.
Yeah, thank you. Hamilton boys next, so we'll be up for that.
Good stuff. Brooke Mitchell with us, thanks to Mede Baker, who did our post-match interviews. And I hope you enjoyed the action here today on Whakaata Māori, 3 Māori active. The Moeska Cup stays here in Rotorua, as does the Craig Callaghan Trophy. It's been a pleasure to share some time with you this afternoon. Let's have a look at the tries as they rolled out here. Some really skillful play in the second half in particular. And this wonderful fullback really made his presence felt. That's Kuna Wave, and he'll feature again, as well as Salambo. Look at him flying down the right edge. Just backs himself in to get there in time. And this was Oumua's chip across to the right-hand side as well. They were unstoppable, but also witnessing some young men on the rise, and whether they end up playing for Aotearoa or for Fiji, who knows in the future. What we are seeing is the unearthing of some significant rugby talent among our rangatahi, as we see once again Salambo with the final try, and it was the inside ball coming off his countryman Kunawave. Great play in the second half here for the home team, and they will enjoy the victory here this afternoon. Hope you enjoyed the match today too. I brought you via Whakaata Māori through Māori Active, and let's stay involved in sport through life, because it is sport that is the fabric of our community. That's the goal here with Whakaata Māori and the Māori Active platform. From me, Dale Husband, from Rikirangi Gage, from Mede Baker, and the team bringing you all the action from the Rotorua Boys High School. It's Hei Konei Rā until next time. Mauri ora, kia koutou katoa.